everybody has his own perception. That's what the Buddha say. Everybody got their own perception. So one man's meat could be another man's poison. This is why what I mentioned are only for your reference. Remember, it's only for reference. You cannot believe in it 100%. So I want to share, before starting with this one, I will share with you a story. And they say that there were two tortoises quietly there. And two men saw these two tortoises quietly there. So one man asked the other man, why you look at these two tortoises? He said, shh, they are having competition. What type of competition? They say that who stuck their head out and speak, the tortoise lose. So I want to see which one is the winner. And then another person say, yeah, so stupid y'all. Look at the other tortoise on top of its shell. There is the ancient Chinese carving. Ancient Chinese carving, 甲骨文. You know what is 甲骨文? Very, very ancient one. And normally they only use the tortoise, the shell of a tortoise, when the tortoise is dead, then they curve it. So I say, this tortoise must have dead for at least 5,000 years. And then he said, oh, really? And when the other tortoise heard about it, he quickly stuck out his head and said, Choi, when you die, you don't even tell me. Let me wait here for so long. And the tortoise heard about it, also stuck out his head and said, oh, you lose already. This is why always have your own decision. When you hear other people's suggestion, it's only for your reference, especially for experts, specialists. When I was working in MOE, I know that all the specialists, experts we invited from overseas, we thought that they will share with us. At last, they collected all the data and come up with their view. And say, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. Actually, all the things we know already. This is what experts, sorry, if there are experts here, sorry. So, during New Year, for a happy New Year, and then many of us, we want to start afresh, right? Why? Because due to the bad experience decision theory, if a person did not do well in a school or in a company, normally when they change the school or change the company, they will do better. Why? Because the new environment remove their upsetness, their unpleasantness, their everything, unpleasant thing, or delete. And then the new experience will recover over the past. This is why normally they do well. Same as us. Last year, 2018, what we are not happy with, all the bad things, gone. Let us start from now. Okay, we want to start from now. Say, I want to have good health. Good. I want to study well. Good. I want to do well in my work, my career. Good. Everything. Like me, I want to reduce my tummy. Because now they all say that I put on not at other parts, not at all at the wrong parts. That's the tummy and the batuk. So, but I cannot sit there and then playing with my WhatsApp and watching my television and thinking of reducing weight. No way. So we should have our action. But action, how to do it? Action without plan, proper plan, then we can't even go to a place you do not have a target. So we should have a target saying that, okay, I want, start from 2019. I want to have a new start. Okay, I start my planning. How to plan? First, objective, your goal. What is your goal? The goal is very important. When you shoot, you should have a target. Otherwise, you're wasting your arrow. You may harm other people because you don't know where is the target. And when a troop, they want to march. So they should have a target so that they can march towards the same direction. And if you want to travel, you need to have a destiny. Otherwise, you don't know where to go, what to prepare, what type of transport you should take. This is why target is very important. But target should be realistic. We cannot say, I want this, 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 I want this. At last, nothing come up. So should be realistic target. It's very important when we set a target. Okay, now I ask you one question. If you are the person in charge of the biggest museum in France, the museum is on fire. And inside the museum, there are very expensive art pieces. Mona Lisa, the final dinner, and all that. Okay, which piece will you rescue? Okay, you rescue yourself. But if you are allowed to rescue one piece, which one will you rescue? To put out the fire. Okay, good idea. But no, if the fire is too big already, not enough time for you to put out the fire, what will you do? The few pieces you love, you don't have enough time. You can only rescue one piece. Which one will you rescue? Mona Lisa? The nearest, right. Because all the pieces there are all expensive ones. Which piece will give you a fortune? So you rescue yourself, your life, and on your way out, the nearer exit one, take out. Sun Sua take. So you have the fortune. This is the most realistic way. Correct? And then there are 3 restaurants on the same route. So, first restaurant, put an advertisement. Say, the best restaurant in town. Second restaurant, put the advertisement and say that the best restaurant in nation. You are the owner of the 3rd restaurant. What are you going to put out in your advertisement? The world? Any other answer? The best restaurant for you. Okay, good idea. But how do I know that you are the best for me? And for the world, how do I know that it's the world? I haven't gone to so many restaurants. So, Here, correct. This one is very near. Correct, very near. Think along this line. Correct. 100 marks. The best restaurant along the street. Because, you have to know. I am competing with the other 2 restaurants, So if I bet these 2, I'm the best already. What? This is why I put along the street. So, and it is very clear, concise, and it's a fact also. If you can beat both of them, you win. This is why I make very sure that when you set up the advertisement, you write your advertisement, or you set up your goal, make it very realistic. Okay? Not so far as a moon. Okay? First one. Second one, now if you have many goals, complicated goals, what should you do? Like a person, say that you move house. After moving house, are you going to unpackage all the things? Or are you going to cook lunch for everybody? Or are you going to let your chicken, chicks, and ducks, you free them, otherwise they will die? So what are you going to do? Prioritize, right, correct. Prioritize in sequence, correct? In sequences, prioritize, you are right. Prioritize, that's one. Which one is more important? You put first. Then, if you do not, then suddenly, now you do this one, unpack, and then you sort of cook halfway through, you think, my chicks and ducks will die. Then you go and free them. So come here and come there, at last you don't do anything. So when you prioritize, that's very good. Good answer, smart. We got so many smart people here, no? Yeah. Very good, very good. So that is correct. And then some people say, realistics, we have to prioritize. Okay, if I want to dream, have a dream big, is it okay for me or not? Can I dream big? Can. Achievable, yes. But if not achievable, you don't know whether it's achievable or not. Can you dream big or not? Yes. Why yes? Okay, good, very good. Because, you see, because there are 3 brick layers. That's a story. 3 brick layers. So, when they were laying the brick, and one reporter saw them. So, looking at them, these 3 persons, one with a stern face, one smiling face, one singing. So he asked the stern face one, what are you doing? And the stern face answered angrily and said that, you don't see me laying brick. Then he asked the smiling one smiled and then tell him enthusiastically, saying that, oh, I'm building a house. And then he asked the third one, who was singing, and the third one stopped the singing and said that, oh, I am building an estate. 10 years later, this chap went back and saw these 3 persons again. The one with stern face, still laying brick. The one with smile became the architect. The one singing became a developer who employed the other 2. So, should we dream big? We have to dream big, at the same time, enjoy. Don't think that, wow, dream big. Cannot achieve how? And some people will say that, no, Buddhism taught us, to be contented. How can we be greedy and dream big? Do you think so? It's correct, right? But so-called contented means that when we have tried our best, do our best, we still couldn't achieve, don't be upset. Be contented because we have done our best. If you don't dream big, if Buddha didn't dream big to attain the enlightenment, can he be a Buddha if he is contented to be a prince, to be a future king? Will he think of others, those people suffering, and human beings suffering, and he wanted to go and find out, doing better thing? No. So, this is why Buddha is teaching us, leading us, you have to dream big. Correct. This is why for us, if we feel that, wow, enlightenment so far away like the moon, how to attain? We shouldn't be greedy. We should be contented. Then you never practice. Right? So never mind, dream big. But when you dream big, as what you say, you cannot just think, dream. sitting on the toilet bowl and think. We have to take action. What type of action? Like in the Lotus Sutra, they say that a teacher leading a group of students to go to a very nice place. So, but the students halfway through feel very tired. And they say that don't know whether there is such a place and wanted to give up. So the teacher tried to draw out an illusion city for them to rest, to have food. Very nice illusion city. So for us, if we want to attain Buddhahood or attain enlightenment, Arahat is too far away, so you still can go through jhana, step by step, and then you can go through Sotapanna. If you can't, you attain your jhana but not Sotapanna, never mind. We can attain the Sotapanna first. Okay? So this is why try our very best to do it. And I remember that, one time, one Japanese runner, marathon runner, he tried to run his marathon. And he hoped that he could achieve the ending. And nobody think that he can. And last, he achieved. And many reporters tried to ask him, what is the reason? But for him, he just smiled quietly, doesn't want to reveal. Until he wrote his own biography, the publication came out. And then the advertisement said, reveal the success reason. Wow, become the top-selling books. And in the book, he said that before the marathon, he hired a taxi to go along the marathon and then try to break down the route, the marathon's phases, in stages. In stages. So the stages, first one could be a school, could be a very special tree, a pond, and what. So when he runs, he never think of the ending point. But the first stage, run, achieve the stage, first stage, he was very happy. Then second stage, wow, marvelous, third stage. So you achieve. Every stage give you encouragement. Every stage is a reward to you. This is why if you want your children or yourselves who are studying to achieve good result, don't scold them and say that, why 40 marks only? You should, you see, are saying get 80, 90. If they tell you, do you know that? Why you are only this? Do you know that are saying parents, they are company CEO, and then they are minister, they are what? Wow, you tui sim kwa, right? Don't do comparison. Just assign. Tell ourselves, okay, and tell the children, okay, 50 marks, 40 marks, never mind. Next time, 50. Then slowly, 60, 70, 80, they'll catch up. Because 40 to 50, quite close. 50 to 60, quite close. For us, also the same. In your career, your achievement. Okay, if I'm doing the marketing, this time, how many sales? Next time, how many? You don't think that this year I want to reach my 100 or 100 million club or something like that. No. Slowly, then you add up. Then you will achieve. When you have the goal there and you break the goal down into stages, you will normally achieve. And when we want to do this, after we have planned out our target and break them into stages, then we have to implement. Otherwise, target is target. So how to implement it? The implementation, we have to, okay, when we implement, normally it won't be so smoothly. There will be a lot of this side issue to distract us. So we have to be very, very concise. Now, another quiz for you. Okay? There are 3 top researchers traveling in a hot balloon. Halfway through, the balloon is lacking of air and start to drop. Although they throw down all their luggage. But the only thing they can do is to make the dropping slower, but cannot stop the dropping. So they have to throw one person out. But from there, with them, 3 persons. So one of them is a top medical researchers who is researching for the medicine that can cure incurable disease. Second one is a top scientist who has invented a type of food that can rescue the whole world from hunger. The third one is a person who has discovered the nuclear, which will stop the pollution and stop the war. Okay. So for these 3 persons, which one do you choose to throw out from the balloon? The medical researcher, the scientist, or the other one is who is the third one? Nuclear researcher. Okay, so whom do you want to throw out? Anyone. You want to throw out anyone. I tell you, I asked this question to many researchers. They keep on thinking, scratching their head. And when I went to the kindergarten and I asked the students, the kids, you know what the kids gave me an answer in 1 minute? Throw out the fattest one. Correct. Actually, your focus is what? To reduce weight of the balloon. So the answer is 100% right. Correct. This is why when during our implementation of our plan, make very sure that if there are side issues, we focus on the critical one. Don't be draw out from the side issue. Okay? Like a magician, he told everybody, I'm able to open all the lock and rescues. So one time, they put him in a cave. And he tried to open. For about 2 hours, he couldn't open. He said he could be escaped from the lock, from the locking room, you see. But for 2 hours, he couldn't. Until he fed up. And he leaned onto the wall, onto the door. And door opened automatically. Why? Because in his mind, he has transferred wrongly that he is going to open the lock instead of escaping from the room. And to him, all the rooms are locked. So we shouldn't be cheated by the environment. We have to, but during implementation, observe. Observing is very, very important. This is what the Buddha said. We have to ask questions, we have to observe. In the Karma Sutra, we have to ask questions, we have to observe and see whether the questions and what we see, the answer and what we see is the same. It's in line. That's very important. So make very sure that when you implement, But if you implement up to certain stage, you find that you come to an end. It's a dead end. You cannot proceed. Do you still want to knock your head against the wall? We shouldn't have the blind faith in the path we should go. I remember that, after Second World War, if I don't remember wrongly, in US, there is a very hot atmosphere that everybody rushed to dig the gold in the gold mine. And a young man also went with his villagers. And they went there, keep on digging. It's a summer, and it's very, very hot. So they keep on dig. And the water, the source of the water, the river was very far away. And everybody had very little water. So he did for a while, quite a long time, and they couldn't find any gold in the gold mine. At the juncture, he told himself, since I couldn't get gold, why not I change to another business? So he tried to use all his spade and all that, and then tried to dig a drain. And did the drain, and then did the drain near to the river. At the same time, he used the fine sand to clean the water, and then he sell the water to those gold miners. And after he sold the water to them, he earned a little bit of money. And all the people laugh at him. Why? You don't want to discover the gold? Why you want this money? At last, all the people who searched for gold, they went home empty-handed. But he got back a little fortune for selling the water without even invest a single cent. So when we try to implement our plan up to a certain level, so although we have planned very comprehensively, we think it should be okay, but it may not be okay. We have to be very daring to change course. You see? The missile also changed course. Right? So if the ship change course, if there's wrong, you want to bang onto another ship, you change course. So we need to have the courage to change course. On top of this, probably life has ups and downs. Probably we will meet. Sometimes when we go by this way, you meet down. You are down. Don't be upset when you are down. Don't lose your confidence when you are down. I remember that probably you all have heard this story. There was a donkey. He fell into a well. Into a well, very deep well. And then he shout and cry, but nobody could get him out. At that juncture, the farmer, the owner, the farmer, heard it, came out and found that cannot. So the farmer think, since this old donkey, cannot see clearly like me, then fell down into the well, useless one already, cannot get it out. And the well is so deep. So why not just fill the well up? So the farmer got his neighbor and friends, then used the spade and tried to put all the dirt and the mud in the well. So while all the dirt and mud fell down onto the donkey's body, the donkey was such a shock. But later, he cried and cried. He cried and cried. Then, for a while, he stopped crying. He thought. And then, he shake his body. and shake off all the mud and the dust. On top of this, he stepped onto the mud and the dust. And the dirt, the mud and the dirt. And then stepping up, stepping up, stepping up, stepping up. At last, he went to the edge of the wheel and he ran away. He rescues himself. So we always have to remember, life is not so smooth. When we have everything planned smoothly, we may meet some adversity. Adversity to us is adversity, but to our grandparents, it is a challenge. It is a chance for us to stepping up. So let us learn from the donkey. Try to shake it off, and then stepping it up. Then it will go higher and higher. Huh? The other thing is that, don't be afraid. Sometimes we will have the fear when we are implementing, during our implementation. Because what? Some people will say bad things about us. Some people will scold us and then comment, you are wrong, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that people say so. The Buddha told us that if you want everybody to praise you or to condemn you, it never happened in the past, not happening now, and will never happen in the future. So, this is an imperfect world. Everybody got the strength. Everybody got the weaknesses. And some people look at our weaknesses. Some people look at our strength. This is why their comments, they are praising, they are condemned. So why should we worry? As what Ajahn Chah say, when people scold you that you are a dog, they say that is a very bad language in Thailand. I haven't asked Ajahn Brahm. Ajahn Chah says so. I think should be correct because I read his book. And then, so, he say, one thing is that don't be upset. Just look back. See whether you got a tail. They say that you're bad, what? So, are you so bad? You have the tail? Why should you be angry? You shouldn't be angry, what? Because he's telling you the truth. Change it. Then you will be good. But if you look back, you got no tail. So that means they are not talking about you. There's no point for you to get angry, what? And I find that what he says is very, very true. And as what the Buddha say, when the sun shines from the east, the trees, the shadow of a tree is at the west. When the sun shines from the west, the shadow of the tree is at the east. So the sun, the shadow, where the shadow is, depends on the sunshine. It's not the tree. So the Buddha said, we are the tree. If we make sure that we are very upright, why do you worry about your shadow? And since everybody got their own perception, if you benefit them, they say, you are very good. If you don't benefit them, then they feel that you are no good. So why you worry? You are doing your work. You are following the path of the teaching of the Buddha. We are not afraid of anything. This is why my Amma say, I believe that. What? My Amma say, if you don't do the wrong thing yourself, at night, 你無做唔對，你是無驚鬼嘅。That's what my Amma say. My Amma's teaching is very good. I always follow her teaching, although she's uneducated. 免驚鬼嘅，你無做唔對，你是個人來敲門也無驚嘅。It's true. This is why when you meet, even you see ghosts, you just say, hello. They will be very happy, I remember that last time I shared with you all about the ghost story, is it? Some of the ghost story. Because our screen, this world is like a television screen. Every one of us got a remote control. And for those who practice up to a certain level, they can see channel 5, channel 8, channel which ghost channel, heavenly channel, every channel. And then for us, we don't practice up to such a level, we don't know how to use the remote control. We throw the remote control in our sofa. And one day we just sit down, touch the remote control, and then the ghost channel appear. And when we see the ghost channel appear, we say, ghost. And when the ghost see us, and the ghost say, human. So you frighten them, they frighten you, no? Actually, it's nothing. And this human world is, and the ghost human, the ghost realm is something like different dimension, it's the same. So sometimes when you sleep, you turn your head, maybe while the realm match together, then you see them. So what? So hello. That's it. Don't be afraid. 驚死，你驚死，鬼驚你啊！ Hokkien saying, if you dare to die, the ghost is afraid of you. Really? Because you think, so what? When you die, when I die, I may become a ghost like him. So why worry? This is why, not be afraid. When you are afraid, according to the legend, if you are afraid, the ghosts normally are very mischievous. They like to play with you. So don't be afraid. If you don't have the fear, same as when you are doing your work, you meet any adversity, not to be afraid of the adversity. Adversity come, you dare to face them, solve the problem, and let go. Realize it, solve the problem, and let go. This is what Master Shen Yan teaching. And the other thing, just now we talked about the big dream, big dream, Buddha's big dream. You look at Master Xing Yun, Fo Guangshan. Fo Guangshan, Master Xing Yun. When he was young, he was very poor. He wasn't educated. He wasn't educated. So his lodging, his food, all got problem. And he has a big dream in mind. I want to set up an organization when I grown up. And I wanted my organization able to provide all those people who come to my organization have a lodging and have food. And he really set up the Buddha Light all over the world. 200 over organizations all over the world. And he wasn't educated, but he wanted to set up university for those poor students and able students. And he set up 5 universities all over the world. He achieved it. So when you have the will, it will come true. Your dream will come true. And then the other thing is that you all know Tzu Ji, Master Shen Yan. Master Shen Yan, she also have dream big. She was before she became a nun, I read her book. And then she started with 50 cents per day. Try to help those poor people. And slowly, now Tzu Ji is so big all over the world also, helping the needy. So if we have a will, we will achieve. If we plant it and we implement it stage by stage. So, not to be afraid that there is adversity. Some people say bad things about us because life let us meet certain things. Life let us meet certain people. But we ourselves, we can decide who to stay, what to stay. So we have the decision, as what the Buddha said. We are the master of ourselves. And the other thing is that we have to understand the need of the real situation also when we want to implement our plan. Need of the situation. Like, there are 2 employees. Both of them doing the same work. But one employee got higher pay, one employee got lower pay. So the one got lower pay wasn't very happy, feeling that the boss is unfair to him. So one time the boss asked him to go to the market to see whether there are nuts selling. And he went there to see and come back. Yes, they are nuts selling. And then the boss asked, how much is it per kg? And he went again and found out. And the boss came back and report. And the boss asked, so how many kg they could provide us? And then if we buy more, any discount or not? And he went back again. So come and go, come and go, come and go. And then made a lot of noise saying that the boss is torturing him. And for the other person, also the same, when the boss asked him to go and see whether they are selling other things, fruits, certain fruits. So he went there. And then he found out how much the fruit sell per kilo, and then how much this one they can provide. If they buy more, okay. And if there is no such a fruit, any fruit could be replaced or not. Okay, and he collected all the information. At last, he reported back. So for us, we have to learn from the second one and not the first one. And when you can see things in a picture rather than in a dot, you win the battle. That is very, very important. And I remember that, in US, there's a very popular company. I don't want to mention the name of the company because for them, they select their candidates. And one time I was there. So I knew that because the panel, I was in one of the panel when I was there. And then you know what they do? They ask the candidate has gone through many tests, few thousand of candidates, many tests, until the last 30 candidates were selected to go for the last test before interview. And then the last test, so that test told them that they have 20 minutes to finish 30 questions. 20 minutes to finish 30 questions. So they also tell them that, please read the instruction carefully before you do. And for those people, they try to write. Keep on, sit down and quickly do, but they cannot finish all. So the CEO himself marked the answer paper, and at last he took out 6 papers. And these 6 papers have the same characteristics. They only do the 2 questions, number 29 and number 30. Why? Because at number 28, telling them that you only need to do the last 2 questions. So smart, not smart. At last, only the 6th person were called up for interview. Because for company, many of them are very outstanding candidates. They can go through so many tests. They have enough knowledge. They have their capability. Everything is okay. But they wanted to find out listening skill, observation, and all this other quality. And all these qualities are not in the other candidates, only in the 6. This is why the 6 are called up for interview. At last, 4 of them were employed. So for us, we have to know what to do. And then also, so make very sure that we have the goal set. We know how to put the complicated goal into stages. We know how to implement. Implementation, you need methods, correct? So you have the method, how to do it. Make very sure that when you want to do things, don't be distracted by side issue. Concentrate on the critical one. And then your attitude-wise, no fear, but observe carefully. Okay? So I wish all of you a very happy and very successful 2019. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ang Beng Choo, for the very inspiring and very uplifting 2019 talk. I'm sure everybody are inspired through her talk. And of course, very inspired by the stories as well. I think last week we were having dana. We are offering dana to Venerable Ajahn Brahmani and Bhante Buddha Rakita. And after the dana, and then we were just talking to the Bhante. And suddenly one group of those people who offered dana crowd with this Dr. Ang Beng Choo. So I thought, what is it about? So they say it's storytelling time. So Dr. Ang got a lot of story to tell. So I mean, we get to know her, and then we're really inspired by her. During her, despite her age, you know, her memory is still very good. She always joke with me she's got dementia. Actually, we are the one who got dementia. She was actually very alert. All right. So any questions from the floor?
Yes?
Yeah, hold on.
Actually, no, my dementia is on the way.
Very, very interesting and humorous Dharma story.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for encouragement.
So you say everybody must have a New Year resolution or a goal. So I have a New Year resolution also. So I want to ask you whether my New Year resolution, is it good or no good? So I read to you my New Year resolution. My goal in 2019 is to accomplish the goal I set in 2018, which I should have done in 2017, because I make a promise in 2016, which I planned in 2015. So is that a good goal or not?
Okay, you still can do it, because you know why? You did not implement it well. So you don't have the implementation stages. You have the goal. This is what I say at the beginning. When you have the goal and you sit down, you put the goal aside and you sit down, play with your WhatsApp, watching your television, and then you keep on thinking that I want to accomplish my goal, then your goal will keep on extend until 2021. So now you tell yourself, okay, then you beat your leg and you say that this year, then you will be able to do it. You will be able to do it, especially, you may be able to tell, probably you tell your wife or your children, when I am looking at WhatsApp or anything, throw it away. Then if they throw it away, in future you still can buy a new one, or better still, the 5G one.
In fact, just morning I didn't announce what Dr. Ang has achieved previously. I think this, somebody passed it to me. Our patron, I just read out, our patron, Dr. Ang Beng Choo, received the Outstanding Buddhist Woman of the Year Award at the International Conference for Buddhist Women.
No, that was very long ago.
Whatever, anyway, it's awarded. It's awarded, all right, okay, yeah.
Oh, no. All their information are not up to date already.
No, got black and white. Yeah,
no, because that one was in 1999 or 1997.
Yeah. So
maybe before some of y'all were born,
Yeah. Are there any questions from the floor?
Any other questions?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think she's well-rounded. Any question, whether is it work-related, Dharma-related, or whatever, I think she can answer. Right?
Or marriage,
Yes, marriage. Yeah, for information, I think my first daughter, was solemnized by her, and my second daughter, in fact, want to book her. She said, I already relinquished already, So, it's highly sought after solemnizers as well.
No, because I have retired already. That's why I feel so sorry.
Yeah.
And then for me, being a solemnizer, you have to be very. Is it time's up? Go. You should say time's up lah. No, when I was a solemnizer that time, wow, there are so many funny things happen with those young couples, One couple, this is why later I told myself, one time, so I went, when I arrived at the club, at the gate of the club, and I saw the bride in the bikini swimming suit, and the groom in only the bikini, in the, what is it called? Swimming trunk. And in their hand, they hold a piece of, one whole piece of swimming suit. And they say that, Dr. Ang, today we want to have our solemnization in the pool. Then I told myself, mana boleh. My son always comment that, how can you wear cheongsam? Then swimming costume worse, because my son said, the place where you need more fresh, you don't have. The place where you don't need, you got too much. So, this is why, so I quickly wanted to excuse myself. How am I supposed? So I walked in together with them quietly, and then I saw that, wow, there's a wooden table, floating up and down in the swimming pool. I told myself, okay, now, then I tell them, do you know that? When you are in the swimming pool, I'm in the swimming pool, when we sign the marriage paper, right, registration paper, all wet. And you have to keep the wet paper. You want or not? They said, don't want. I said, later torn, then how? They say, yeah. I said, but no, Dr. Ang, we want to dip in the water of love for our life. I said, okay, never mind. Now move the table to the pool side. And after solemnization, I push both of you down into the love of water of love. Then they say, good idea. Wow. Hey, I rescued myself, from wearing the swimming costume. Walao. There are many very funny things happening. While I was a solemnizer, until before that, and when I wanted to retire, then ROM said that you shouldn't, because some people are older than you, come with tongkat, they still do it. So I said, no, I said, because I can't do it, the main reason is that, not only the old age, because of my health. Then I say, sometimes when I was sick last time, one time when I was sick, and I couldn't get up, and my son had to give me an injection. So when I get up, and I did the solemnization, went to do the solemnization, after that, then I came back and lie in bed again. And the second time is worse, because I got diarrhea. And the medicine cannot stop. When I went to the botanic garden, the first thing, before solemnization, I rushed into the toilet, let go. After that, after solemnization, let go, then go home. So I told them I cannot, because they say, you should tell us, immediately we can send another solemnizer down and do it. I said, I know, but one thing is that, that day is their busiest day. And you will ask them, the couple, to go to your ROM to get the marriage certificate for the new solemnizer to change, to sign, because you changed my name. You cannot erase. So I do not want to give them trouble. If I can do, I do. If I can't do, I am not going to do, to give any trouble to the poor couples on that busy day. So then they say, then how? I say, okay lah. Let me say, stop for 1 year. Then they say, okay, stop for 1 year, immediately approve, can. And then after 1 year, you come back. Then I say, okay. When you agree to let me go, of course, everything okay, right? And then after that, 1 year, then they wrote me a note and saying that, 1 year already, so you should come back this year. I told them, when a bird is out from the cage, you think the bird want to come back?
Okay. Okay. Very interesting sharing by Dr. Ang. Any more questions? If not, then we will have announcement. Right.
We can makan. That's my interest. My interest.